pressing these buttons is way too easy, and so it makes us callous. So there might be one situation where pressing the button is right, but there ain't 100 situations where it's right. And even Obama was pressing that button. I don't want to say willy-nilly, but with those signature strikes, pretty fucking close.
Right, with him, whether he was right or wrong, he thought through everything very clinically and academically and said.
Which is, but a little bit scarier in some sense.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, like, at least I understood him, first of all. I understood the way he went about stuff. That feeds into the narrative of Obama was the intellectual guy approaching all this, because he said, I'm gonna kill this many people in this way, save my soldiers and potentially folks back home who would have been killed by terrorist attacks by these people. I mean, I'm sure it weighed on him, but I think the way he got around it weighing on him was a dispassionate, non-empathetic approach that involved logic and algebra.
Yeah, so that was why they called him a Vulcan.
Right.
And I get it, but I'm not buying it. I think that he lacked the courage to say no to signature strikes and double taps.
Maybe. I see that too.
But there's like when you go down that rabbit hole, it's so disconcerting that you almost don't want to think about it. Because he's a rock star now, as we were talking about earlier, and he's on yachts and taking pictures and sending cute tweets, and everybody loves him. Yeah. But he had to make a political calculation that, come on, he really thought those signature strikes saved lives when he didn't even know who they were bombing, but he thought it makes him look tough, and more than that is that, well, the generals say I have to do it, and if I don't do it, then they'll leak and it'll cause problems.
It's a lot easier to do it,
and they'll call me a nerd.
As long as you can live with yourself, it's easier to do it.
Yeah, and then you get yourself to believe that you have to do it when. If he had more moral courage, and I know, easy for me to say, etc., but we know he did it, right? And that's my job to say it, whether it's easy or hard.
And also, you have all these people who love Obama who are saying, holding him up as an example. This great guy. Oh my God, it was so great under Obama. This Trump thing. If you're gonna hold him up to that standard, then you can't blame me for holding him to that standard too.
Right. That's a more developed, more compelling character structure anyway for like someone. I mean, that's one of those things where if it was a character in a movie, I'd be like, yeah. That's a really well-crafted character. That will pose some problems for someone.
That's right. Whereas if you saw Trump in a movie, you wouldn't believe it. You'd be like, well, that's a ridiculous character. What a B-rate movie this is. I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Trump has increased the number of civilians killed 4x since Obama left.
Right.
Really? So I don't want to set up an equivalency. Trump is way worse. He's careless. Never even had that thought. So we're having a discussion of, is it worse that you know it, you thought it through and you did it anyway? And my answer is no, that's bad, but it's way worse to not care about other human beings' lives and quadruple the number of civilians that are being killed.